She told me forever. She held my hand like nothing could break us. She swore she'd never leave. But sometimes, forever ends in silence. This is the story of how the person I loved most became the one who hurt me the deepest. My name is Ethan Carter. This isn't a love story with a happy ending. This is the story of how love gave me everything and then took it all away. I met Sophia Williams on a rainy afternoon in New York. The streets were soaked, the city lights blurred by the storm, and I was just a guy trying to escape the rain inside a small coffee shop. She walked in like a scene from a movie. Umbrella dripping, hair messy, cheeks flushed from the cold. But even in that storm, she looked like calm. She smiled at the barista, and for a second, it felt like the entire world went silent. She sat at the table across from me. One accidental glance turned into another, then another, until she laughed and said, "If you keep staring, at least say hi." That's how it began. Not with fireworks, not with fate written in the stars, just a shy smile, 2 cups of coffee, and a conversation that lasted hours. We talked about everything: books, music, childhood dreams, stupid fears. She told me she hated thunderstorms, but loved the smell after rain. I told her I hated mornings, but loved the way the world looked at sunrise. That night, I walked her home under the soft drizzle. She held the umbrella, and I held my breath, because being next to her felt like something I didn't want to end. And it didn't. Not for a long time. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. Sophia became a part of me. Texting her became my favorite part of the day. Her voice became the sound I needed to sleep. Her smile was the only light that felt real. She made me believe in things I'd stopped believing in. Love, trust, forever. One night, lying on the hood of my car, she looked at the stars and said, "I'm not good at promises, but this one I'll keep. I'll never leave you, Ethan." I laughed softly, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "Don't say forever if you don't mean it." She whispered, "I mean it." And I believed her. God, I believed her. We made plans for the future. A little house with white walls, a dog named Max, Sunday morning pancakes, and long road trips. She painted pictures of a forever that felt so close I could almost touch it. I didn't know that forever was just a word, not a promise. Then one day, everything changed. I woke up to silence. No good morning text, no call, just emptiness. I thought she was busy. I told myself not to overthink. But hours turned into days. Calls went unanswered. Messages left undelivered. I stared at my phone until my eyes hurt. Refreshing, waiting, begging for her name to light up my screen. It never did. I went to her apartment. Her door was locked. The lights were off. Her neighbors said she moved out a few days ago. No warning, no explanation, just gone. I stood in that empty hallway, holding a bouquet of white roses, her favorite. The silence was so loud, it felt like it was crushing me from the inside. I kept asking myself, what did I do wrong? Days bled into weeks. I stopped eating, stopped sleeping. Every corner of the city reminded me of her. The bench where she first kissed me, the park where she said she loved me, the rooftop where she promised forever. I visited those places like a ghost haunting his own memories. Then, one night, I saw her, not in person, on a screen, a photo on Instagram, her smile brighter than ever, her hand in someone else's. I felt my stomach drop. My heart didn't break gently. It shattered like glass on concrete. She didn't just leave. She replaced me. No explanation, no closure, no goodbye. Just gone. I stared at that photo for hours, whispering her name like it could bring her back. But it didn't. It never would. The nights became my enemy. I would lie awake, replaying every moment, searching for signs I'd missed. Did I love her too much? Did I not love her enough? Was I just temporary? 47 messages, 3 missed calls, 2 voicemails, 0 replies. People say heartbreak hurts like hell, but they never tell you the worst part. The silence. The silence that eats at you. The silence that screams louder than words ever could. Weeks passed. One evening, out of nowhere, I got a text. Take care. 2 words. After everything, take care. You don't get to destroy someone and then say, take care, like it fixes the ashes you left behind. I deleted the message, but the pain stayed. Months went by. Life didn't stop, but I did. I walked through crowds and felt nothing. Laughed with friends and heard nothing. Smiled in mirrors and saw nothing. People said, she wasn't the one. But how do you forget the person who felt like home? I started avoiding the coffee shop, avoiding the streets we walked. But memories, they don't need places. They live in your chest. They wait for quiet nights, and then they burn. One night, I found myself back at the old bridge. The place where she said, I love you for the first time. The wind was cold. My hands were shaking. But I whispered to the night anyway, I still love you. And then I let it go. Not because I stopped loving her, but because holding on was slowly killing me. I learned something in those months of silence. People who promise forever don't always stay. Sometimes they leave. Sometimes they replace you. And sometimes they act like you never existed. But your story doesn't end there. Pain doesn't disappear. It becomes quiet. It stays like an old scar. But scars don't mean weakness. They mean survival. Sophia moved on. She laughed again, loved again, and I learned how to breathe without her. It wasn't easy. Some nights, I still whispered her name like a prayer. Some mornings, I still reached for my phone, hoping for a message that never came. But slowly, I stopped waiting. I stopped bleeding. I started living again. Love didn't break me. She did. But she also taught me how strong I can be. You don't need a goodbye to heal. You just need to choose yourself over the person who left. She promised forever, but forever never came. She left without a goodbye. But I'm still here, and maybe that's enough.